Javier Milei, I've no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm very sorry. Trump admirer leads race for Argentina presidency. Now, I wonder what his politics might be. Far right, probably far right. No. Javier Milei described himself as an anarcho-capitalist. Well. Far right, I love how anarcho-capitalist, far right immediately. This is Vanessa Bushluter, fucking shut up, Vanessa. Man, I love it how you're meant to be like a political journalist and you've no idea. You've not the faintest. Anarcho-capitalism, far right. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's how that works. Who admires US ex-President Donald Trump has received the highest share of votes in Argentina's primary election. The primary, in which presidential candidates from all parties take part, is seen as a key indicator for the presidential election on 22nd of October. Mr. Milei exceeded expectations by winning 30% of votes ahead of more established politicians. Jesus Christ, we might finally actually have a Libertarian candidate voted into a position of power. And it'll be an interesting experiment to see how that goes. He's going to get murdered by the CIA. He's going to get killed. There's going to be an assassination. There'll be something. Oh, it's because the cartels were passed. Ooh, and all that stuff. No, that's it's not going to be that. It's going to be the CIA is going to murk him. Argentine media have described the result as a political earthquake. I mean, it certainly is unprecedented. You know, that something like this hasn't happened before. Maybe we like Rand and Ron, possibly, but you know, not quite like this, where there actually was a very, very good chance of them winning. The primary in Argentina differs from those in other countries, since it is not restricted to party members, but open to all those eligible to cast their ballot in the presidential polls. Voting is also mandatory. That's quite funny. Voting's mandatory. Oh, it's mandatory, is it? Libertarian candidate. That's actually a pretty good little fuck you. Whoever wins the most votes is therefore seen as a favourite for the presidential election on 22nd of October. Opinion polls ahead of the primaries had seen Mr. Milei trailing behind the centre-left economy minister Sergio Massa and Conservative candidate Patricia Bullrich. But with more than 97% of votes counted, Mr. Milei had 30.06% of votes, ahead of Miss Bullrich's coalition with 28.27% and Sergio Massa's coalition with 27.24%. Newspaper La Nacion compared Mr. Milei's surge to a tsunami. Mr. Milei is a former TV personality. Despite serving as a congressman since 2021, he likes to portray himself as a political outsider. I mean, you do have to admit, libertarianism is sort of treated as like the mental fringe to kind of like want the natural human instinct to be free. You know, it's weird, isn't it? His anti-establishment view have endeared him to Argentine voters, angry at the current and previous governments for failing to solve Argentina's economic crisis. It's because governments don't solve problems. They're there to create problems and then sell you the solutions, in the process making themselves a lot richer, and then they just pass it on to the next guy when they've got enough money to last them for the rest of their life. That's what government is. No one's there to make change. They're there to make money. That's what government's for. Year-on-year inflation is above 115%. 1 in 4 Argentines is living in poverty, and the local currency, the peso, has plummeted to such an extent that football fans from rival nations have torn up peso bills to taunt Argentine fans. Mr. Milei has launched bitter attacks on his rivals from established political parties. Speaking after the primary on Sunday, he told his cheering supporters that we have managed to build this competitive alternative that will put an end to the parasitic, thieving, useless political caste. Based, absolutely based. I like this man. Vote for any Argentines watching. Vote for this man, because look at the way democracy works. When was the last time you can look me in the eye and say I had the exact government that I wanted? When? No, democracy just gives you some Frankenstein's monster bastardization of a government that no one fucking wants, where a party gets voted in and then undoes all the work from the last 4 years and then puts in their own work, and then another party comes in and undoes all their work and puts in their own work, and blah, 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 and it just continues. The end result is everyone's miserable, no one has what they want. But democracy works. It's freeing under democracy, where if enough people say I can't do something, I'm not allowed to paint my shed, then apparently I'm not allowed to paint my own shed. The 52-year-old has said that if elected, he would also abolish Argentina's central bank. The CIA are going to kill him. They're going to kill him. Oh no. Oh, I like him as well. Replace the peso with the US dollar. Okay, maybe they're not going to kill him. Trading one central bank for another, and privatise state-run firms which are making a loss. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, let the market do it. Any policy that brings to mind Brazil's former far-right leader, Jair Bolsonaro, Mr. Milei also proposes loosening gun controls. Mr. Milei has also stated that he is opposed to abortion unless the mother's life is at risk, and has included a promise to protect children's lives from conception in his campaign programme. Protect children from conception, right? I had to think about that one for a second. Protect children's lives from conception. So I guess he considers life as soon as the sperm meets the egg, that's life. By the way, see if you want to make a libertarian start screaming at each other, bring up abortion. Because that's the one thing that's still a very conscientious subject. Where it's like, one's own body is inviolable and you are not allowed to interfere, kill, maim, blah, 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 a person's body without their permission, blah, blah, blah. But then everyone and some people say a human life, and some people see life as soon as the sperm meets the egg. So libertarians are against abortion because they see it as murder. But then you get other libertarians like Rothbard and all that included who believe that it's not a life until it is born, and the fetus doesn't have a right to the mother's labour. So the mother is allowed to view it as a parasite, this Rothbard's own words, and get rid of the parasite, which I don't fuck with that at all. No. I can't agree with it. Sorry. So yeah, you want libertarians to argue, fucking bring up abortion. He has attacked sex education at schools as a ploy to destroy the traditional family. And is he climate change denier? I can't believe he denies climate change. If every single one of us just pay enough taxes, it will change the weather. Sporting long sideburns, singing rock songs, and often wearing a leather jacket. I mean, in Argentina as well. The 52-year-old is deliberately provocative and often attacks the left in expletive-laden outbursts. I really like this man. His unexpectedly good performance in the primary, 10 percentage points above what opinion polls had predicted, has sent the peso tumbling even further, because if he's going to fucking get rid of it. The official rate fell nearly 18% when markets opened on Monday, just to cover 350 pesos per dollar. You heard that? Short the Argentinian peso. Mr. Milei's, I don't think anyone will take that up though. Mr. Milei's success was celebrated rapturously by his supporters, whom he told, "We are the true opposition. We are the only ones who want a real change, because remember, a different Argentina is impossible with the same old people. With the same old people who have always failed, with the same old people who have been failing for 100 years. That's not true just about Argentina. That's true everywhere else. The candidates who came second and third, Patricia Bullrich and Sergio Massa, will now try to gain ground ahead of the first round of presidential elections. I think it's maybe elections on 22nd October. A second round pitting the top two contenders will be held on 19th November if no candidate reaches the 45% of votes or 40% with a 10 percentage point lead needed to win outright. With less than 4 percentage points distance between the three top candidates in the primaries, a second round currently seems highly likely. Argentina is not the first country in the region where an anti-establishment candidate has upset the political apple cart. In Colombia, independent candidate Rodolfo Hernandez surged ahead surprisingly in the first round of the 2022 election, but lost to a former left-wing rebel, Gustavo Petro, in the runoff. And in Chile, a far-right candidate, Jose Antonio Cast, won the first round in 2021, but was defeated by the left-wing former student leader Gabriel Boric in the second round. Isn't it weird how the public perception changes so fast? Except, never when it's a left-wing candidate. Have you noticed this? Why have the CIA been doing the opposite, like in South America, to what they've been doing? I wonder what changed. In Brazil, supporters of the far-right incumbent Jair Bolsonaro refused to accept his narrow defeat by his left-wing rival Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and stormed Congress just days after the latter was sworn in on the 1st of January 2023. I believe a similar thing happened about a year ago, about a year before that. I wonder where they got the inspiration. I like this guy. I like him. I think he could do great things. I hope he dismantles the state and everybody just goes full ANCAP libertarianism and all that stuff, because let's just face it, the government's doing a fucking awful job. I mean, anyone, even people that disagree with me, look me in the eye and tell me that every government around the world right now isn't doing an awful fucking job, right? They're not there to make things better. They're there to make themselves more powerful and richer. That's what they're there for. That's maybe the state was first formed with good intentions, possibly, but that's not what it is now, right? It's just a way for fucking elitists to get rich and to trample on everybody's rights in the process. Because, you know, if we've got all these rights, then they can't get rich enough. Women, you shouldn't be at home raising children. You should be in the factories, working hard and increasing production and our profits. Ha ha ha. Feminism. Yeah. But anyway, good luck to you. I hope you fucking win.